We are here to finally celebrate the completion of the World War Memorial. So honored to be a part of the project, so excited to see it completed.
We're lighting for the very first time the 60-foot bronze called A Soldier's Journey.
This is the culmination of so many people that have worked so hard and didn't care about the credit and just made it happen because we knew it was the right thing to do, and to remember those who served in the past, remember those who are serving right now, and in 100 years to tell them their service will not be forgotten.
In building this memorial, the World War I Centennial Commission has renewed the vows of faithfulness between this country and those young men and women with a new sacred promise for all to see. It has been a privilege to witness the devotion with which the Commission has fulfilled their mission against the greatest of odds.
We actually had a press conference to announce the effort to try to create this memorial and why we were doing it. I remember a reporter coming up afterwards and basically saying something like, do you really think this is going to happen? I mean, you know, after all, it's been over 100 years and memories fade and people die. Do you really think this is possible? And I remember looking at that reporter and I said, my father fought in that war. And I think we owe it to people like my father, who because of their sacrifice gave us the country we now have. You're damn right we can make this happen.
When my husband, Jack, was a little boy, he used to go out with his grandfather, and Jack was always just surprised at the number of people who would follow them down the street with cameras or just pieces of paper asking the general to please sign an autograph. No one remembers. Some of the older people I've met say, General Pershing? That name sounds familiar. Or, oh, there's a Pershing Street in my town. But they have no idea. I'm so happy that we're going to get this built to recognize all of the people who nobody has paid any attention to. That was just such an altruistic group of people, and everybody went, and they all managed to get along, and they saved each other's lives, and they made it work. The general had every camera in the world on him, and so did some of his aides, like General Patton, MacArthur. These people, many of whom didn't even make it home, have had almost no recognition for what they did. And this war represented all of us in the States. I think the general would say it's about time.
World War I was a war that changed everything. It changed the social fabric. The community began to change across the world, the condition of the status of women, the condition and status for African Americans, for Native Americans, immigrant Americans. The configuration of the political map changed. 4 empires fell, and we had new countries created out of that war. All these things changed in that great war to fight and protect democracy.
World War I was possibly the most decisive, monumental change in history. industrial production was at its height. The lack of political animosity among the nations of the world was remarkable. And then it was destruction from the Urals to the English Channel.
The war had been going on for somewhat 3.5 years before we entered, and it wasn't going well. It was a virtual stalemate at that particular time. And the United States went in with about 18 months left in the war and turned it and basically won it. While we lost, so many thousands in doing that, in a way we saved many, many lives because we ended a war probably long before it actually was going to end.
In a matter of 18 months, we went from a tiny, almost non-existent U.S. Armed Forces to nearly 5 million in uniform, men and women. And of that, we deployed 2 million to combat in France. And during that short period of time, these practically untrained young GIs and Marines beat the preeminent military force on the face of the earth, which was the Kaiser's armies. What would have happened had the Americans not been willing to step forward and try and save civilization and humanity by fighting in Europe?